Kenshin1913 along with my friend Dennis.
Hello.
My friend Rob.
Yo.
And this is another Cooking with Kenshin1913. And what are we going to be making today, Dennis?
Chicken quesadillas.
And they're going to be awesome. Boom!
Okay, so we're going to make chicken quesadillas today. So these are our ingredients. We got 2 red bell peppers, 1 habanero pepper, which is really hot, 2 jalapenos, or 3 jalapenos, excuse me, and 2 serranos, 3 tomatoes, and 1 red or purple onion, depending on what you like to say. Some chicken.
Yep.
Cheese, and of course, tortillas.
Yeah. Now, do you need... Let me ask you a few questions before we head on.
Yeah.
Peppers. Do you have to use all the hot ones? Because I know some people... Like, I'm pansy when it comes to making things hot. You know, with...
You don't have to use all the hot peppers. I like to, but I don't like to make it extra spicy, so...
And again, this cheese right here, you can use kind of like, what, maybe cheddar?
Whatever, yeah, if you want cheddar. I
Yeah.
like the Mexican blend. It was on sale today.
So, what are we gonna be doing? What are we gonna be doing first, sir? What are we gonna be doing first? Chopping up.
So we're gonna be chopping up all of this stuff, cleaning the chicken, and getting it all ready for the cooking.
Sweet. All right, so we got Rob working away on the tomatoes here, and he also
tomatoes, Pete.
And he is also cut up the onions used for the quesadillas.
Yeah.
Now over here is where Dennis is doing his. Basically, he's roasting the
Peppers.
the peppers. Now, Dennis, you want to explain a little bit like what the deal is with this? Please do not try this at home. If you do not know how to do it, do not do it at home. Dennis is a pro.
Buy the canned ones.
Yeah, they have already roasted jarred peppers. Yes, please don't burn down your own house. But yeah, so Dennis, you're a pro at this. What do you usually do? What do you look for when you roast a pepper like this?
I look for a nice pepper. This is before, you know, it just started roasting. Nice firmness to it. You know, pretty fresh looking. So basically, I'm just gonna put it on the fire.
Yeah.
So it gets all black, because you want to get that skin nice and singed. Because what's happening really is you're cooking the pepper, and it's caramelizing, so it has a nice sweet taste to it. So these are my spicy stuff peppers here, but when we remove the skin, you know, they won't look black.
Yeah. So you could try to do this. I'm not advising anyone to do it, but you could probably do it on the stove as well. I mean, on the grill as well, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've done it on grills. I've done it on. I've actually used a blowtorch.
Wow, nice.
So
nice.
But I've been doing this for a while, so.
Yeah, so we're gonna continue.
It does get really smoky, and your fire alarm will go off. So smoke detector, whatever you want to say. So.
Yeah, so make sure to have your fan on. Well, again, don't even do it. Don't even try it.
Not you.
Not you. None of you try it. Dennis, again, he's a pro. All right, he's a pro. So, yeah, we'll just keep roasting the peppers. So, Dennis, how do you know when the pepper is ready?
Well, you see the skin charring up like that, and you kind of do that. And so that's the skin that we're getting rid of, really. So this one's pretty much done. Just getting a little bit of spots that I missed.
Yeah.
So that's what you're looking for.
And one other thing we want to mention is, like, if you are using really hot peppers, like habanero kind of things, don't touch them with your hands and then touch your eyes. All right, because you will cry like a baby.
So I'm going to be seasoning up the chicken. There's a chicken that I just cubed up. And I'm going to start with a little bit of salt. A few twists. You don't have to put a lot of salt if you don't want to, because it's not going to be too salty. You're going to have a lot of different seasonings, so it's still going to be good. A few shakes of garlic powder. I like to just kind of cover it, cover up the chicken. So we're going to mix all this stuff together.
Seasoning your chicken with the
yeah, I always do that. A little black pepper, not too much. And I like garlic, so I'm going to put a little bit of chopped garlic. Probably like a teaspoon or so.
Now, if you want, I mean, this is just kind of like a road map here. You don't have to follow it exact, especially if you don't have like a lot of heat or pepper or salt or whatever. You know what I mean? Even paprika. We're gonna be adding that.
Well, paprika is not spicy.
Yeah.
It just gives it a nice smoky flavor.
You want to put the paprika in?
Got a little bit of paprika.
Bitch.
Yeah. Paprika's being a pain in my ass here.
So how much paprika would you say you
I put probably like 2 tablespoons. Like I said, it doesn't give it any heat. It just gives it a really great flavor. And it's powder form, so sometimes it comes out a little.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It's alright. Just shake the shit out of it.
Yeah.
That looks just about good. And put some cayenne pepper in it. Now it depends on how hot you really want everything. You don't have to put too much, but this is really gonna spice it up. Your chicken, that is. And remember, you are putting in hot peppers that we just roasted.
Yeah.
To the mixture afterwards. So
you'd use maybe.
I'm just about maybe like a teaspoon. Maybe a little bit more. Now that's gonna be pretty spicy. Okay. Put a little bit of oil in there, just enough to coat the chicken.
Now you're gonna mix this around with spoons, or
yeah, we're just gonna mix around with a spoon. You can mix around with your hand if you want, but if you don't want to keep washing your hands, because remember, this is raw chicken. Wash your hands.
Salmonella.
Exactly.
Very nice. It looks good. It smells great.
Bet you wish you had smell-o-vision.
Yeah, I think we said that. We said that in like the last 4 episodes because everything we've been cooking just smells so damn good. But yeah, that looks good. You gotta coat it fairly well.
You gotta make sure all your pieces of chicken have this mixture on it.
And now what do we got over here, Dennis? This is a wok, correct?
Yeah, we're gonna cook our chicken in the wok. But I'm gonna actually let this marinate for about 15 minutes, which would give us enough time to cut up all the peppers and peel them and whatnot.
So could you put these in the fridge to marinate?
You could put them in the fridge for about 15 minutes if you want.
Another nice thing you could probably even do, Dennis, is you could probably make the chicken like ahead of time, like
absolutely,
like literally a day before if you wanted.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
We're just peeling the skin off of the peppers after we roasted them. They cooled down for a little while I was cutting up the chicken. So all that black skin is going to come off. And you can leave a little bit on. This is, it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't seem like it's very like you got to put a lot of effort in it.
No,
pulling it off. It just kind of like
peels off really nicely.
That's cool.
And remember, you don't want to touch your eyes.
No, do not.
Or any part of your sensitive skin.
No. Let me tell you a quick story. All right, my dad. He's got these little tiny, really, really hot peppers, and one time I was helping him bring them in from the garden, and I accidentally touched my eyes after I washed them, thinking that it would, all the oils or whatnot would get off, and then I touched my eyes because it got a little itchy, and then that was it. I was crying like a wee babe, like seriously, for an hour and a half. It was insane, the heat in my eyes. And again, do not mess with the peppers if you don't know what you're doing. Dennis, again, is a trained professional. This guy right here. Trained and professional. Alright, Dennis, so you're going to show us how to cut up the onion, the peppers, and then you're going to kind of show us like how you would deseed it.
Yeah.
If you didn't want the seeds in, you're going to keep them in, right?
Yeah, because a lot of the heat comes from the seeds. So I like to slice them out long ways, and they're roasted, so the skin's going to be pretty loose. So you're just going to open it off. You can see all the seeds in it. Just kind of hold it, scrape the seeds out. And you could just throw them away.
Or put them to the side, whatever.
Put them aside and throw them away if you don't want it to be very spicy. However, in this recipe we're going to put them back in here because we like a little spice over here.
Yeah. And so you're just going to keep chopping
these
up.
we're just chopping them up.
Getting ready to just begin the mixing of all the ingredients, which again is the chicken, the onions, the peppers, and the tomatoes.
Yes. So we got our wok nice and warmed up. We put a little bit of olive oil on the bottom just to coat it. You don't need a lot. Let's get the chicken cooking. Make sure the bottom's nice and coated.
Now I can't say that I've actually used a wok many times before. So is there anything like different you need to know about using a wok?
No, you could use a frying pan. The woks I find get pretty hot pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to use a high heat.
Yeah.
So I usually go with a medium heat. Because they get pretty hot fast. And we're gonna start putting our chicken in. We're not gonna dump it all in at once. Gonna dump it in nice and slow.
Yeah, you don't want to spray hot oil all over yourself.
Exactly.
That's a bitch.
Really smell that cayenne pepper cooking.
Yeah. Getting in my nose. It's gonna clear up my sinuses. Finally. Take that medicine. So you're just gonna let this brown up real nice?
Yeah, we're gonna cook all of this. Once this chicken's nice and cooked,
we'll throw in the other ingredients.
We're gonna throw in the other ingredients.
Very awesome.
Alright, so we got our chicken all nice and cooked up. We're gonna throw in the onions that Rob so nicely chopped up for us earlier.
Yeah. Now, how many minutes do you think you were cooking that chicken for?
Probably 10 minutes. So remember they're diced up pretty small. So this isn't gonna take very long to cook them. So when you cut them open, they should be nice and white on the inside. That's how you know they're cooked. So it's gonna mix these onions. These aren't gonna take very long to cook. I also raise the temperature up a little bit.
Yeah, and another thing you could do, I noticed Dennis was doing this, was as the chicken's cooking, obviously, as it's more cooked than not, you could taste it, see if it needs anything extra. Like Dennis put a little bit more garlic in it.
Yeah.
You also put a little bit more cayenne pepper if you need it.
Or you could put whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Salt.
More salt, pepper.
So we're getting that going, and now I'm gonna throw in the tomatoes. Remember, that was about 3 tomatoes. And one thing to keep in mind is the tomatoes are gonna cool down the heat.
Yeah.
And this is why I like to use the wok, because it's so big and easy to mix around all of this stuff.
Now you would usually let this fully cook through before you throw in the peppers, or?
Oh no, I'm gonna throw in the peppers in a second. I just like to mix everything slowly. So these are our red bell pepper that we roasted and chopped up, and these are all our spicy peppers. Just gonna throw them right in there.
Now with the red bell peppers, Dennis, you took out the seeds, correct?
I did.
Excellent. So now that you have all this mixed together, now what do? You just kind of
let it cook down for a little while. Sometimes what I do is if I'm gonna make this for a party, I'll make it the day before.
Yeah, so
and then put it in once it cools down, I'll put it in the refrigerator overnight and let all the flavors soak in. But right now, remember, everything's cooked. So I'm gonna lower the heat and just let it kind of simmer for a little while. Probably you can let it simmer for 15 minutes.
So yeah, this is I didn't know this. You can actually make this way ahead of time.
Oh, I do, yeah.
Nice.
So after about 15 minutes, everything's cooked down together. We had it on high heat just to get some of the liquid out.
Yeah,
and so
the tomatoes will add a lot of liquid.
Exactly. So you can see our peppers, our chicken, and our onions nice and cooked down. And that's what it should look like.
Yeah.
This is what's going to be our stuffing for our quesadillas. Coating it. Our tortilla. It's tortilla, I know, but
you can say whatever way you want.
Yeah.
So you're
tortillas.
You're coating this with olive oil.
Just a little bit of olive oil. So what I did is just take a paper towel, put a little bit of olive oil on that, and spread it around like that. You don't need a whole lot. It's just going to help it.
Okay. So Dennis, explain what this pan is to us, in case some people don't know what it is.
Nice little cast iron pan. I think everybody should have one. And it's got a grill on it, so if it's a winter time and you can't grill and you want a burger, look at that. You could grill a burger right on that.
Yeah.
What I like about it too is when you are grilling burgers, if you want a little more lean, all your fat's going to be down there and not going to be soaked up in the burger. So.
And let me ask you this: what's the if you don't have a cast iron pan, what could you use?
You don't have? Oh, you could use a regular frying pan.
Okay.
For this.
Yeah, because
I like to be a little fancy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to give you a nice little grill marks. But what we're doing, we're going to heat this up pretty hot.
Mm-hmm. And cast iron's nice because you kind of like get flavors from like things that you from what you've been cooking. Like cast iron is awesome.
Yes.
From what I remember, at least watching a lot of cooking shows lately, they actually prefer cast iron.
Yes.
Like cast iron's making like a comeback.
Seems like it is.
Yeah.
So now our cast iron hot pan is getting pretty hot. I'm gonna throw that tortilla right on there, or tortilla, whichever way you guys want to say it.
Tortilla.
Tortilla.
So you just gotta let this. You're gonna let this grill on both sides.
Yeah, we're gonna grill on both sides. So what we're doing is we're getting it nice and hot because we're gonna put the cheese on, and we want that cheese to start melting. So we got one side going on.
And then you just got well, yeah, like
yeah,
about 30 seconds or so per side, probably, maybe even longer.
The other side's going to start cooking. So now we're going to start putting in our cheese. We got our cheese, Mexican blend, but you could use whatever kind
cheddar,
of cheese you want.
Whatever cheese you like.
Yeah.
Colby, Monterey, Jack.
Just pinch a little bit of the shredded cheese in the middle. About that much.
Yum. I love the cheese.
Alright. So I'm just going to put about a spoonful of our mixture in. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a spoon and a half.
Yeah. Now, Dennis, you don't want to overstuff this.
You don't want to overstuff this because what happens once you fold this, it's going to come out the sides. We're going to press it down too, so all that mixture is going to spread out. So you can put as much or as little cheese as you want. Remember, don't put over.
Yeah, you don't want to overstuff it. Because we were talking.
Glue though.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Cheese is really going to be the glue of this.
We were talking about that during our omelet episode on how you do not want to overstuff your omelet, otherwise it's going to be hard to flip.
So you see what I'm doing is, and this is pretty hot too, so you be careful and work fast. And so as I'm pressing it down, our mixture's going in all the empty spots. And you can see it starting to come out the sides.
And then you're going to do one flip, right?
Yeah, we're going to try to get one flip out of this.
And look at those lovely grill marks. Very nice.
See the grill marks going on there.
Very nice.
You just want it, you don't have to have it on there for very long. It doesn't take very long for that grill marks to go on, but do it like that. Just enough for the cheese to melt, really, is what you want it to do.
Yeah, because everything else is pretty much cooked.
Yeah, everything is cooked already, so. Some people like their tortilla a little bit crispy. Some people like it soft. It really all depends.
Yeah.
It really all depends.
So Dennis, would you ever use two tortillas? Have you ever done the two tortilla
I have
method?
not. I have not. I guess I could imagine you could do whatever you really want to.
I think it feels like folding is easier than flipping.
Yeah.
As opposed to flipping two whole tortillas.
Yeah. So you can see all our cheese is melted, and our mixture inside is spread out because we're pressing it down. We're just gonna put it on that plate.
Yay! And now we're gonna finish making them.
Yep.
And then we're gonna devour them as they should be devoured.
Okay.
So look at this spicy cheese chicken quesadilla. Look at that, huh? Doesn't it look yummy?
And it is.
And it is.
I'll take the one you found.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll eat it too, but it's
Cheers.
that's good.
Got just the right amount of heat.
Yeah, it's a little spicy, a little hot, but not too hot for me because I'm a pussy. So, but yeah, the chicken's really good, and it's got a lot of cheese, which is really nice, and it's just
The layers of flavor are what we need.
yeah. This guy right here is the master. All right. So this has been Pete, along with
Dennis.
Rob.
I was chewing.
And this has been another Cooking with Kenshin1913.